Ever wonder why life keeps dealing you a bad hand? Do you ever find yourself pondering, what did I mess up? Why can't they see me? Why can't they hear me? It's pretty simple, really. They just don't care. They never did. And they never will. And you've been out there yelling your heart out, hoping they'd notice, hoping they'd get you. But here's the kicker, the louder you holler, the deeper they become. You keep slamming into that same darn wall, expecting a change. But guess what? Nothing's gonna shift, buddy. Not a thing until you do. Until you fathom the one thing no one ever bothers to tell you. The secret to surviving, to thrashing, to rising to the top. But you wanna know what it is? Hush, yes, silence. Sounds bonkers, right? Your likely thing that's being quiet can assist me. Housekeeping mum gonna prevent folks from riding roughshod over me. But here's where you've missed the boat. Folks. They anticipate you to go ballistic. They reckon on you fighting back. They count on you losing your marbles, blowing up, falling apart. And when you do, they triumph. Every darn time. They get a kick out of your rage, your exasperation, your anguish. That's their jam. They want you to show them they've got you under their thumb, that they're in charge. But when you zip it, when you stop serving up what they crave, that's when they start squirming. That's when they start losing their grip. Because they can't handle silence, they can't cope with it. And that's when you seize control. Ever noted how people wig out when they don't get a reaction? Ever observed how antsy they get when they deny them the satisfaction of seeing they've gotten to you? They crave your reply. They need your focus. It's like air to them. And when you snatch it away, when you just sit tight, cool as a cucumber, silent as a grave, oh boy, that drives them batty. It gnaws at him. It sets them wondering about everything. Did they push too far? Did they go overboard? Are you plotting something or are you gonna snap? They start pondering. They start panicking. And in that panic, they fall to bits. Silence ain't just about zipping your lip. It's about reclaiming your authority. It's about refusing to let anyone else dictate your emotions, your actions, your reactions. They desire to puppeteer you. They yearn to push your buttons, yank your strings, watch you dance to their tune. But when you quit dancing, when you cease playing their game, that's when they lose. That's when they find out they've got zilch. Because without your comeback, minus your zeal, they're just hollow, vacuous. They got diddly squat to hold over you. You want to discern the real reason why people treat you shabbily. It ain't cause you're a wimp. It ain't cause you ain't up to snuff. It's cause you've been laying it on thick with your words, your emotions, your time. You've been lavishing too much of yourself on folks who ain't entitled. You've been striving too hard to make him grasp, to make him perceive the world from your vantage point. But when they spill the tea to you, they ain't eager to comprehend. They don't give a hoot about your point of view. All they give a fig about is what they can leech off you. And the more you fork over, the more they'll mooch, till there's not a left of you except a husk. Ever clocked how the quiet cats always seem to be one step ahead? How they're forever in the catbird seat, forever in command? That's cause they've clocked it. They've cottoned onto the fact that silence is might. Silence is command. When you're quiet, folks can't crack what's on your mind. They can't suss out how to push your buttons. They can't anticipate your subsequent move. And that terrifies them. It throws them off kilter. It makes them vulnerable. Cause silence, it's a mirror. It compels folks to scrutinize themselves. It pushes them to face their own uncertainties, their own flaws, their own weaknesses. And most folks, they can't handle that. They'd prefer to keep you chattering, keep you distracted, keep you wrapped up in their baloney, so they don't have to confront their own inner demons. So what do? You clam up. You stop making your case. You stop defending yourself. You withdraw your time, your energy, your words from folks who don't merit him. You let your silence do the talking. You let it resonate louder than anything you could ever verbalize. You let it haunt him. You let it seep into their their worst nightmares. And trust me, it will. Because silence, it's deafening. It's suffocating. It's the one thing they can't wrap their heads around. The one thing they can't steer. You reckon being courteous is gonna win you brownie points in this world. You imagine if you just keep bending over backwards, keep taking the high road, keep swallowing your pride, they'll finally lavish upon you the respect you merit. Being nice makes you a doormat. Being nice makes you a pushover. Folks spot your kindness and they jump on it like a trampoline. They take and take till you've got nada left to offer. And then they chuck you away like yesterday's news. They don't give a tinker's cuss about you. They ain't concerned about your sentiments. They ain't bothered about your travails. They only give a fig about what they can squeeze out to you. And the instant you cease to be of service to them, they vanish. So what do? You cease to care. You cease to twist yourself in a knot for folks who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You cease to invest your time, your gusto, your words in folks who don't merit him. You go zipped. You let them wonder. You let them second guess themselves. You let them wallow in their guilt, their doubts, their failures. And you just keep stepping. You keep your head held high, your trap shut, and your gaze straight ahead. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone your schedule. You don't owe anyone your vigor. They didn't earn it, and they sure as the dickens don't deserve it. You believe silence paints you as weak. You think it makes you look like a doormat. Nah, silence is vigor. Silence is might. Silence is the ultimate cudgel. Because when you go quiet, you dominate. You are the one pulling the strings. You're the one gripping all the cards. And they're left in a tizzy, trying to fathom what the devil just transpired. Trying to fathom how they lost the reins. Trying to suss out how you slithered through their grasp. And let me tell you something. There ain't nothing more fulfilling than observing someone who reckoned they had power over you crumble. When you stay hushed. When you serve in naught. No reaction. No emotion. Just icy calculated silence. It sends him off the deep end. It makes him feel small. It renders him powerless. And that's the tasty flavor of triumph. Folks quake in their boots at silence. They dread being left to their lonesome with their musings. They're petrified of having to confront themselves. And when you go mute, when you abandon them to face only their insecurities, their doubts, their fears, they fall to bits. Each and every time. So stop chattering. Stop justifying yourself. Stop attempting to make folks comprehend. They ain't keen on comprehending. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So let them have their racket. Let them holler and bawl and kick up a fuss. You merely stand there, cool, quiet, unfazed. Cause silence. That's your weapon. That's your shield. That's your might. And when they come crawling back, when they start pleading for your spotlight, for your words, for your time, you don't accommodate him. You keep striding. You keep your trap sealed. You let your silence do the talking. You let it speak volumes on your behalf. Because that's when you've conquered. That's when you've seized power. Folks want to play games. They want to mess with your noggin. Fine. Let him. But you don't roll by their regulations. You don't permit him to witness you fret. You don't give him the joy of a reaction. You wallop him with your silence. You make him feel minute, inconsequential, powerless. And at the finale, you walk off with your head held high, while they're left gagging on the emptiness you leave in your wake. And don't get it twisted. They're gonna peg you as frigid. They're gonna jabber about how you've changed. They're gonna say you're chalice. Good. Let them think what they please. Cause the gospel truth is, they will never merit your warmth. They will never merit your kindness. They will never merit your gusto. All they ever be entitled to is your silence. Be mute. It ain't solely about sealing your trap. It's about withholding your influence. Each word you relinquish is a fraction of you they weren't worthy of. When you yap, you present them with an inroad, a crevice, a shot at manipulating your feelings. But when you stick to silence, they come up empty. Silence is the ultimate bulwark, the impregnable keep nobody can breach. It makes folks jittery, makes them question their own actions, makes them wonder what's percolating in your noggin. In silence, you clasp all the aces, and they're left floundering, scrambling for answers that'll never materialize. You notice silence has a knack for making folks confront their own fears, their own uncertainties. They'll try to egg you on, try to push your buttons. But the more you eschew responding, the more they start to unravel. They'll speculate why you're mum, why you're not engaging in their bout. That's when the tide shifts. That's when you hold the reins, where silence resonates louder than any verbiage you could ever utter. It's a perpetual reminder that they no longer dominate you, that their verbiage and actions amount to zip. And that scares the fire out of them. So let him yowl, let him prattle, let him make a racket. You stay mum, unperturbed, beyond their reach. Your silence ain't just a lack of words. It's a declaration, a proclamation that you're above their schemes, above their trivial endeavors to drag you down. It's not surrender, it's vigor. It's authority. And in a realm that thrives on pandemonium and cacophony, silence is the rarest, most lethal weapon you can wield. And that's what you give in. Silence. Icy, robust, unyielding silence. You let him sense the gravity of it. You let it enfold him like chains, constricting tighter and tighter till they can't breathe. You let it crush in cause that's what they merit. That's what they've earned. Folks are leeches. They latch onto you, drain you dry, then move on to their next prey. But when you stop feeding them, when you go hushed, when you decline to offer them what they hunger for, they perish. They wither. Or they wilt, and you're liberated. So cease wasting your breath on folks who don't care. Cease allocating your time, your ardor, your words to folks who don't merit them. You yearn to make it in this world. You yearn to forestall further hurt. You're weary of feeling like everyone's punching bag. Then button it up. Go silent. Observe how they unravel when you serve him not. Strike him down with your silence. 'Cause that, in this life, is the sole manner to endure.